3, 2, 1. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the CineBoiz Podcast. It's gonna come out on November 23rd. That is this Monday. This is a Saturday. Let's talk about some news.
I'm a fan of that.
That's like of course, we'll always have the mailbag and anniversaries. Oh, hey, Theo. Look at Theo back there.
There he is.
We'll always have our mailbag
boy.
and anniversaries theme song, but, you know, I gotta figure out something for the beginning of the podcast now that we're kind of switching things up a bit. Anyways, doesn't matter. Guys, what's up? How are you? Tom, sweet-ass picture of New York City behind you. How are you, buddy?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm pretty damn good. I'm not going to lie. Kevin, a.k.a. the Ass Crack Bandit.
That's me. So
How you living? How you living, buddy?
Pretty good. A lot of ass cracks lately, so can't complain.
Okay.
How
do you transition? How do you transition?
Hey, whatever floats your boat, man. And then Mob, what's up? New camera angle. I dig it.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit you with a new camera angle every week. Hopefully, that's the goal.
Yeah. Well, I've kind of had to adjust several times in order to get this bad boy in the picture.
Tell them how big that is, Ken, for those at home.
That is 30 inches by 40 inches.
It's glorious.
And he thought
Nice.
it was going to be about that size of that.
I have no concept. I didn't bother measuring anything. I have no concept of how big or small things are. I figured maybe a bit bigger than this, and it's a lot bit bigger than that. There some people, I won't say who, don't really care for it. I'm really happy that I got it. It cost money, but it cost money. We'll just say that. It cost me money. Like a decent amount of money.
But tax write-off, though, right?
Yeah.
For our business. For the podcast.
Well, if that's the case, then
We'll have to call our friend Ryan and ask him how tax write-offs work because he writes off everything.
I say just take a lesson from David Rose and Schitt's Creek. And it's the write-off people. They handle it. I don't know how it works.
It's a write-off. Is Schitt's Creek the Office of this decade?
I don't
pretty
like
funny.
it that much. That's a hot take of mine. I think it's fine. I don't think it's as hilarious as everyone else does.
Have you watched the whole show?
No. I'm in season 1. And
Okay.
I've been just in and out of it.
Imagine a show where every season is better than the season before it, all the way to the end.
Okay.
It does get better.
It does.
It is,
I'm in season 3.
Yeah, great show. Watch Schitt's Creek. It's on Netflix. All seasons now streaming on Netflix. Anyways, guys, this was kind of a crazy week. We had a lot of things going on in the movie world. A lot of balls to be juggled. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and just get in to some of these headlines. Speaking of juggling balls,
There it is.
Spike Lee.
Yeah.
Spike Lee is set to direct a musical about the founding and creation of the drug Viagra. We would give this news a standing ovation, but, you know. Anyways. So Deadline basically reported this, saying that the film is going to be a musical. Original songs and music will be written by the acclaimed songwriting team of Stu Stewart and Heidi Rodewald, who previously created the Tony-winning musical Passing Strange. So it is based off of an Esquire article called All Rise, the untold story of the guys who launched Viagra. Guys, what are your thoughts on this?
I saw the headline on Instagram and just instantly thought it was an Onion article. So I skipped right past it. And then you text us about it and I was like, oh.
Like it can't not be good, right?
But it could not be.
It could. I mean, Spike Lee makes pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Right, really? He's a pretty well-known guy. People like him.
Yeah.
Is this the classic heat check? Like, he had Black Klansman, he had Defy Bloods.
Yeah.
Heat check?
He needs something to,
Yeah.
Is this
knock
or
him
is this
down
just
a peg.
personal interest story of his.
But the thing about heat checks is you could be on fire. So it could be good, but you could also just totally miss the basket.
Yeah.
That's the heat check.
Yeah.
I really have no interest in it, but if it comes out and people are like raving about it, then yeah, I might check it out.
I mean, shoot or shoot. Am I right?
Yeah. I have every intention to see this movie, and I have every belief that it will be good until somebody tells me it's not. Like, I saw this article and I thought the same thing. I thought this has to be an Onion article. This can't be real. And then I read it and I was like, I'm sold. I'm gonna see this movie. I'm interested. It has to be. It's gonna be unique. It's probably gonna be something that no one's ever seen before.
Is there a release date?
Let's see.
I can't really know, but
I'm not seeing anything as far as a release date as of right now. But yeah,
it seems like if I was going to see that, I would have to watch it in a theater, which sounds weird. I would need other people to be around.
I don't think I'd want anyone to be around.
It would feel weirder to me to watch it just by myself in the basement.
I think we're just blowing over the fact that this is a musical.
It's like
it's not the fact. It's not the fact that it's a movie about the starting of Viagra. It's the fact that it's a musical about the starting of Viagra. I don't think we've focused on that fact enough.
Probably hip hop too, if it's Spike Lee, which could be just
interesting.
Yeah, I'm not. Here's the thing. I don't feel uncomfortable that this is a thing that's going to happen. I'll go see it anywhere, anytime.
Okay.
Not uncomfortable by it.
I'm just not interested.
Right. Yeah, is it an interesting story? Who knows?
Maybe it's like The Big Short, but instead of like a mortgage crisis, it's about Viagra. There's just a lot of moving pieces.
With the cut-ins with people explaining you how it works.
Yeah. Yeah. But they're singing. And dancing. I'm into it. Anyways, so be on the lookout for Spike Lee's Viagra musical. So that'll be cool. Anyways, in other news, other big thing came out this week. So Wonder Woman 1984 it keeps getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. Warner Brothers officially stated they are going to keep their December 25th Christmas Day release in theaters, but also they're going to simultaneously release it on HBO Max. So if you have an HBO Max subscription, on Christmas Day, you're going to be able to watch Wonder Woman 1984. Here's what I think. I think good for them for sticking to, they don't want to push this back anymore. And honestly, this is probably their best option at this point. It allows them to have a theatrical release. But also it's just like, I think Patty Jenkinson put out that she's just like, people deserve to have this movie essentially. Like, we don't need to keep pushing it back. We want to have it in theaters. And if you can go see it in the theater, she said, if you can go see it in the theater and it's safe, go for it. But there's no reason to keep delaying this, which I think is good. It's tough though. I want things to go back to normal in regards to theaters, and it's just not going to happen for a while. And I certainly don't want movies to switch to only being released streaming for a time. But it's also extremely convenient. Like I don't have an HBO Max subscription. I steal one. Oh, I don't steal. It's shared with me with my girlfriend's family. So I'll be able to watch it Christmas Day. So that's cool. Yeah. What do you guys think?
I'm psyched.
Yeah, I like the first one. I think it'll be nice to have something. There's usually like a good Christmas Day release every year anyway, and so I think this will be a good one to have.
Yeah,
I think it fits 2020 for Christmas, right? Like Tom said, you have Christmas Day releases or Christmas time releases, and it would just kind of suck not to have that this year. So at least we get this year, and it's 2020. It's in your house. So I think it makes sense. I actually like it. I think I actually kind of hope that more movies go this route, because the reality is this isn't ending anytime soon. Hopefully, beginning of next year, but like we've talked about in the past, there's going to be that bottleneck. So I think this is going to help with that too.
Yeah.
It'll be an interesting case study for Warner Brothers to see how successful this is. I believe it's only a month that it's streaming on HBO Max, so it's not a long time. It's out like 30 days, and then they're pulling it back. And I also believe that Soul, the new Pixar movie?
Yeah.
It's streaming on Disney Plus, so that's kind of go head to head. And you're going to kind of see, like, is this going to be able to compete? And is this going to be, like, viable for the future? Because I know Mulan did not do well when people had to pay $25 to watch it.
Right.
On top of their subscription.
Right. What's tough about the premiere access that Disney Plus did, and I don't know if they're going to do it again with Soul, but the problem with that is that nobody wanted to spend that money. It is cheaper to actually go to a theater than it would be to spend that money, unless you have a group of people all get together. But then again, you can't really have groups. Well, you can, but
if you're a family of 6, I guess it makes sense. Like, you got 4 kids, and
or even a family
something to do.
2 or 3. You don't have
So how was Mulan received, like, critically rating wise? Was it like 60 Rotten Tomato?
I think it did okay.
It was. I think it was fine. I don't think people were
right.
I think it underserved.
So that's probably part of it.
Right. I think for that type of release with that price tag on it, you've got to have a critically acclaimed, like, people want to watch it. They have to see it. Whereas for me, Mulan, I was just like, I will wait till I don't have to pay for that.
Yeah.
It got some bad press right up in the lead up to, with that main actress being pro-China, and people were kind of, things didn't go its way, obviously. Nothing broke for Mulan.
Yeah. So it had a 74% on Rotten Tomatoes. So not bad. Okay. Audience score was a 50%. But my theory is people don't know what they're talking about. So that's why we made this podcast, to tell people when they're wrong.
I'm just a normal guy.
Also, the other thing, you kind of brought it up, Kev. Are we a pro-China podcast?
I'm a pro-Daryl Morey guy, and he's anti-China, so I think we're anti-China. Pro-NBA, pro-Daryl Morey.
Should we also make a distinction between, like, the government and, like, the people of China?
Yes.
that might go better than just casting a wide
China
blanket over an entire country.
No, great, love you. I don't know how I feel about their government.
Okay,
probably wouldn't be super fun to live there.
I don't really know a lot. I'm uneducated when it comes to
Let's
China.
Let's not talk about this.
I just like to. I think that we were onto something with our political stances, and I kind of want to keep doing that. But, like, real ones that actually alienate people and listeners, because that's
it's a 2020 podcast, so let's make it a 2020 feel.
Yeah,
alienate some people, make them mad.
For sure. So Wonder Woman 1984. I will say this about Wonder Woman: I do think it is the crown jewel of the DC universe. It's by far the best. So I'm very excited for the sequel, and I'm glad I won't. I'd like to see it in the theater, but I'm glad that I'll have easy access to it.
Plus, I'm pumped to see some 80s era stuff on my screen.
Me too.
Hell yeah, dog. Dig it. Cool. Well, a lot of superhero news. Pretty much everything else we have is superhero news, superhero movies. Deadpool 3 officially happening with Marvel Studios in charge this time. Thoughts? Because, as far as Deadpool goes, obviously it was under the umbrella of 20th Century Fox before they got bought by Disney. Now that Disney owns 20th Century Fox, every property that was a Fox Marvel property is now a Disney property for Marvel Studios. So with that, obviously, Deadpool. I don't know if you guys have seen Deadpool. I wouldn't necessarily think it's a Disney movie.
From what I've heard about it, no. I would say no.
I loved the first one because I had no expectations. It cracked me up. I hope they don't change it. Like, I hope they don't pour too much money into it, because that's what made it so funny.
Right. But I think 1 and 2 are excellent. I think they're both hilarious, and fun and action packed. So, I mean, they're great movies. It's just how much of, like, you know, it being so, what's the word?
Self-aware.
Raunchy.
Raunchy.
It's a lot of things.
Yeah.
It definitely needs to be rated R. If it's PG-13, I will not see it.
Right. That's my concern, is that Marvel Studios has not released an R-rated film. So
they have to know what they have. They have to know what it is, right?
I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
People would be pissed. I would be pissed.
Yeah. That would be, for a movie that's so self-aware, that would be the least self-aware thing a studio could do.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't think Ryan Reynolds would sign on to something if he felt like, because this has been a long-term project. Yeah.
He is the entire thing. So
yeah, and he is going to reprise the role, so he is on board. So I would assume that they have had discussions about what they expect and what they want it to look like. And if Ryan Reynolds is like, okay, then all right, let's go. So I mean, now that Disney owns 20th Century Fox, they rebranded it as 20th Century Studios. So there's a good chance that they'll release it under 20th Century Studios instead of Marvel Studios. But it's all weird and confusing how it works. But essentially, they don't want to have like the Disney.
Well, wasn't it? Was it Regency or something? The Disney back in the day made a separate studio, so
Hollywood.
They could release Hollywood, so they could release R-rated movies that were Disney but not branded Disney.
Right. So they had several studios. So they had Hollywood Pictures and they also had Touchstone Pictures. And those both, they were able to release, you know, more adult fare and still make money. But even then, you hear stories about, you know, Disney kind of tightening the reins on those movies as well. And Deadpool just doesn't pull any punches, man. Like, it is raunchy and irreverent. So I don't know. We'll see.
And I feel like you're going to get some jokes about it being Disney now.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, hell yeah. And I'm excited.
I just hope Disney lets it happen. I hope they're self-aware enough to say this will be funny.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So Deadpool 3 is officially on the way. So be on the lookout for that. And then the final news headline, big one of this week, is that Marvel's Black Panther is set to begin filming in July. Obviously, you know, with Chadwick Boseman passing away last year, it's been up in the air. Like, what are they going to do? Are they even going to bother making another Black Panther movie? But they're officially doing it. And pretty much all the details at this point are under wraps. So we don't know a ton of what's going on or what's going to happen. Yeah, I guess, like, you know, obviously I'm for it. I want there to be another Black Panther movie. I guess really the question I have is, like, what do you think their options are as far as, because we know they have confirmed they're not going to have a CGI Chadwick Boseman, which I think is good. So how do you proceed?
Do you give one of the other main characters more prominence?
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I think you have to. So is, like, somebody going to step into the role of Black Panther? My thought was having Letitia Wright step into that role. I mean, the good news about and good thing about comic books is that most comic book characters that these movies are based off of usually go through different iterations over time. So, like, somebody else will be, you know, Black Panther or Captain America or Batman or Superman or whatever, you know. So I think they probably have options that we don't know about, because I've never really read the comics, but I'm sure there have been other Black Panthers.
I don't think you try to replace T'Challa. I just don't think you do that.
No. I think if you'd have to bring in an outside person, if you're going to have a male fill that role. But I think I would love to see just one of the existing characters kind of take over as queen or something like that, because That would be seamless, obviously.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
Sense.
Yeah.
She's fantastic.
I think she's the perfect choice to kind of step into that lead because, I mean, there's other really great characters in Black Panther, but she's the only one where, like, she seems very, like, multifaceted. So she can be, like, tough, fighting, whatever. But she's also funny and, like, you can see, like, the light side of things with her character more than other characters in that movie. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents. Disney, if you're listening, Marvel, if you're listening, you should do that because I know things.
I agree.
Yeah,
I support Ken.
Yep,
I'm on board.
4 for 4, baby.
We are a pro Letitia Wright podcast.
I'm blanking on the other lady's name that is kind of like T'Challa's right-hand woman. She doesn't seem quite versatile enough to be the lead.
No.
Right. I know who you're talking about. So she is
she's bald.
Yes. She's from Walking Dead.
Yes. What's her character's name? I can't remember either name right now.
Okoye. No, that's not right. Yeah, she's Okoye.
Okay.
Denai Guerrera. There's also Lupita Nyong'o as well. She's in it, but
I mean, she could be a leading role, but her role just didn't seem big enough in the other movies to kind of. There'd have to be a shift in the storyline.
Yeah, I think Letitia Wright is the best. She's great. Okay.
I think we agree.
I think
Consensus.
Hey, why aren't we running Marvel Studios?
Things would get made quicker.
It'd be so much fun.
They're actually doing a pretty good job. I don't think they need a replacement.
If we're going to talk replacements, let's talk DC. Let's get into DC, Ken's favorite franchise.
I'm sure that with the 4-hour Justice League movie,
in black and white,
they'll right the ship.
Is it supposed to be like Sin City?
I don't know what the deal is.
That was my first thought.
I guess we could talk about that real quick. They released a trailer this week that said it was like a new trailer, but it was essentially the same trailer that they had already released, but in black and white. There's like a few new things in there, which made me think, is this movie going to be in black and white? So I think there's going to be an option. I think when it comes out on HBO Max, you can watch it in color or you can watch it in black and white.
Who do they think they are? Parasite?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that's not the movie you want to watch in black and white. That's just me.
I think you could have cut that off at, I feel like that's not the movie you want to watch.
I'm going to watch it.
I know you are.
Yeah.
I saw Justice League. So I want to see, because apparently this movie is completely different. And I want to see what that is.
I could not tell you a single thing that happened in Justice League. It was
I'm
completely
just
out of my mind.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping Kenny watches it at 2 a.m. and I wake up to texts about how bad it is. That's my wish from this.
You're welcome. We talk a lot about superhero movies, I'm now realizing. Maybe we should change our podcast name.
That's just the headline. I mean, those are the only things that are making headlines these days.
Yeah, with the CineBoiz.
Podcast within a podcast.
Yeah.
I saw that Margot Robbie wanted to have the original Suicide Squad cut released now too.
Oh yeah, they've been talking about that for weeks.
Like
apparently.
She just chimed in on that. Yeah. It's like how much we're just going to have 3 different cuts of every DC movie because they'll mess up the final version every time.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for all the headlines. So you know what that means. It's time for Tommy's mailbag and anniversaries. Tommy's mailbag, won't you read that mail to me? Yeah. Hey, Tom, what do we got in the mailbag this week, you beautiful little boy?
Just have one this week. It's from our boy Alex right here in Columbia. He sent this to us on Adam Driver's birthday. It says, Logan Lucky is one of the most underrated movies of the 2010s. Don't at me. What's your favorite Adam Driver flick?
I really liked Logan Lucky a lot.
I know my answer. but it's probably not going to be very popular.
Is yours Marriage Story?
Yeah.
Ugh. No.
He is so freaking good in that movie.
He's good. I don't like watching people get divorced. It's just not my thing.
Well, here's the thing. People get divorced. Deal with it.
That doesn't mean I want to see it happen in front of me.
I do. I want to watch every train crash.
Kenny loves that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest. I have not seen a lot of Adam Driver's movies except all three of the most recent Star Wars. I've only seen part of Logan Lucky. I have not seen Black Klansman. I've only seen part of Marriage Story. So I don't know if I've got like a solid answer, but
can we just talk about him for a minute? He was Kylo Ren, and he's somehow not been typecast as Kylo Ren. It's incredible.
Yeah, good for him.
Totally astounding.
I feel like that happens in every Star Wars trilogy. There's one actor that ends up like not having that be their legacy.
True.
So obviously the first trilogy was Harrison Ford. The second trilogy, probably like Natalie Portman and or Ewan McGregor. You could probably put him in there. And then this one is Adam Driver.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see
Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac was a guy before Star Wars.
Right.
Adam Driver's, I mean, he was around, but his breakout role was Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
And I haven't, I mean, Daisy Ridley hasn't done much. John Boyega's kind of had other stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think to answer Alex's question,
I don't
Marriage Story is his best role. That has been his best performance. Not even close, really, in my opinion. But my favorite is probably either Star Wars, the first of the Star Wars, or Logan Lucky. Although Midnight Special is an underrated film.
Ooh, that is a good one.
It is a great movie.
About that one.
It's on Netflix right now. Should watch that.
Very good. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
I love
what a good poll, Mob.
Special.
Forgot all about that.
I did too.
Did anyone see
the radar?
I liked Black Klansman a lot. He wasn't as featured, but I really liked it.
I really want to see it. I never saw it.
It's worth it.
Very good.
He also did an Amazon movie called The
Report.
The Report.
That I thought was pretty decent. He was pretty good in that.
Saw that. That's interesting.
Yep. A little scary, but good.
Yeah, a little terrifying.
Yeah.
Anything else in the mailbag?
That's it for this week.
Sweet. Thank you, Alex, for your great question. And also, happy birthday, Adam Driver. But more importantly, someone else had a birthday this week.
Martin Scorsese.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. Moving on.
Martin
Just kidding.
Scorsese is 30 years old.
Mob, happy belated 30th birthday, you big son of a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's that.
Cool.
I hope.
Moving on.
How does it feel now that you're in your 30s?
Like I'm 29 still. I don't know.
You know
You
what?
look great.
Let me. Here's one of the things that I've started thinking about a lot more since I've turned 30 that maybe you'll start thinking about too, and we can talk about it if it helps. In my teens and my 20s, I thought I was going to live forever. Once I turned 30, and subsequently, I've kind of realized that I'm going to die, and that's a bummer. So if you ever feel that way, and just want to talk to somebody, you can talk to me.
I'm not going to lie to you, Ken. I've always felt like I was going to die at some point. That's never been a reality that's going to slap me in the face. Yeah, I don't know. I'm 30 now, so I'm going to build a computer. Like that's how I'm celebrating 30. What does that mean?
Now we have money to buy all the toys we want.
Right.
This is 30.
Could you imagine if we had that when we were 12?
30.
Yeah.
Like my 30th birthday, I ate pizza, drank beer, and skipped a meeting I was supposed to go to at 8 p.m. So
8 p.m.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, man.
Dirty dog.
That's what happens when you work in international. But
Gotcha.
Well, happy birthday, Mob. We can move on. I know you hate this.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Well, happy birthday.
The only person who would hate it more would be Kevin.
That's true. I would hate it so much.
Wait, you're 29, right, Kevin?
My birthday is redacted. 29.
Isn't it like the March 25th?
Who's to say? No one knows.
That's when people ask me if it was my birthday, and I said, depends on who you ask. If you ask the government, yeah, but who are they?
You guys should ask Tom when my birthday is.
I don't know. I'll never know it. I will never know.
Oh, that was a low blow.
I'm sorry, Tom. That was
No,
me.
you're not. You're not sorry.
It's funny though. All right. Well, enough of loving on Mob. Let's get into some movie anniversaries.
Yeah, all right. Let's see. We got. I had some fun ones that I came across this week. Some honorable mentions, but let's start with our standard bearers. Happy 5-year anniversary to The Night Before.
Oh, I love that movie. Have you guys seen it?
I can't picture what I can't.
It's
Seth Rogen and.
Oh yeah. I have seen it.
It's like a grown-up Christmas movie. It's like it kind of feels like a Home Alone movie, but it's like adults.
Yeah,
I think I saw it in theaters actually.
did not see it.
Say that.
I loved it. And shout out to Michael Shannon in that movie. Great little side character. And Michael Shannon he's up there with Adam Driver for me. Just
Insanely
saying.
versatile.
Both in Midnight Special.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Michael Shannon is a god, in my opinion. Anyways.
He did play the God character.
Zod.
Yeah.
General Zod.
General Zod, yeah.
General
Yeah,
Zod.
Superman.
Okay. Sorry.
Cool. That's fine. Happy 10-year anniversary to The Next 3 Days. I believe that had Russell Crowe, and I have no idea who else was in it.
Vaguely remember a poster for that. That's about it.
Was that a DiCaprio Russell Crowe movie? What am I thinking of?
Is that
Body of Lies?
Body of Lies.
Is there someone who dissented faster than Russell Crowe?
He was like such a huge star.
Here's what I'll say about Russell Crowe. I don't think he's necessarily he still makes good movies here and there.
It's been a while.
Have you guys seen The Nice Guys?
Yeah, I know. I knew
But
that was gonna be the one that
was
was brought up.
2017.
I mean, that's not that long ago.
Yeah, but 3 years to not do a movie is. That's true. I mean, it's recent. You're right.
I bet his next movie will be really good, whatever that may be.
But The Nice Guys wasn't Gladiator or A Beautiful Mind. Like he did.
Yeah, it wasn't.
He went from the It actor to what? Throwing phones and stuff to
fighting.
Right. My thing is I felt like he was on what kind of Leo is on now. You know, Leo's in it. It's going to be a fantastic movie. And with like what Kevin said, Gladiator, Beautiful Mind, he had that trajectory and just started throwing phones, I guess.
threw it out a window.
Yeah.
Metaphorically.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
Thought he could sing.
What else we got?
Oh, yeah.
Happy 25-year anniversary to GoldenEye.
Oh
my God, I love that movie.
It's a good one.
I was actually on the stream last night. I was playing some Black Ops Cold War, the new Call of Duty game, and there's a level on there where you're in Russia and it's snowing, and I thought, I really want to play GoldenEye right now.
Yeah, man.
That's a great level.
Mm.
I've also got some honorable mentions. We get happy 30th anniversary to Home Alone, Dances with Wolves, and Stephen King's It.
Holy shit.
Oh, great movies.
Happy 40th to Raging Bull.
Whoa.
This is the week. I
It's
mean,
been a big
Thanksgiving
week.
week. Makes sense.
All
Makes
those
sense.
movies came out.
That's wild.
So wild.
So wild.
Well, Tom, thank you for going the extra mile.
Oh, my pleasure. It's so much fun.
That grunt was a little weird. I liked it.
My pleasure. Well, that's it, guys. That's it for this week. Just remember to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at the CineBoiz. You can email us. Our mailbag is the CineBoiz Podcast at gmail.com. Be sure to listen, like, and subscribe. That is how we get paid. We don't actually get paid, but we technically have made money off this podcast. But the way we make money is by you guys listening to us. So we appreciate everyone who listens. But just tell a friend, maybe, please.
We're desperate.
Or don't.
And also,
I don't know.
watch us on the Corkbacks YouTube channel. If you could be watching this right now, do this again next week.
Like and subscribe on YouTube, you coward.
Yes, to Corkbats. As you see, CineBoiz, we are part of the Corkbats podcast network. Yeah. All right. Anything else you guys want to get off your chest?
Nope.
Brad Pitt is so freaking hot.
Dude.
Those are some cool picks.
Sorry.
I could have sworn that was on a movie set.
I did
Just him
too.
hanging out.
Nope. He was doing awesome community service stuff.
Every once in a while, someone comes along and makes me want to smoke cigs. That's it.
All right. Well, also, speaking of Brad Pitt and Mob, be sure to read Mob's blog on corkbats.com about Brad Pitt eating, because it is hilarious. And I'm not just saying that because he's here. Like, it's actually really, really funny. I got a text from Austin. He said, man, Mob's a really good writer.
I laughed.
So put that in your back pocket and also go read it. All right, guys. I'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.